Well, thank you all for coming today, and thank you for joining us on Wonder of the Seas. Obviously, I'm sure you guys visit a lot of new ships and whatnot, but so you see a lot of things. I can tell you that we're exceptionally proud of Wonder of the Seas, and we're exceptionally proud of Perfect Day, and we're obviously excited with what the brand offers to our customers and the kind of vacations that we deliver. We're very focused, obviously, on the family vacation, and we continue to innovate, think, and create, and focus on delivering great vacations. It's our kind of number one mission, is how do we make sure everybody is happy, and we really need everybody. So thank you very much for coming this morning. I think we're going to open it up for Q&A. Or?
Absolutely. We have two ladies right here on the side with a microphone. If you have a question, if you wouldn't mind just simply raising your hand, we'll bring one of those microphones over to you. Just tell us what your name is and who you're representing and what the question is. Okay, we've got our first one right here. All right, I thought that, yeah. So we'll do you next.
Hi, Richard Shabu with Atlanta Sentinel. Thanks for having us this morning. My question is, Wonder of the Seas is now calling Port Canaveral home, and that's within its first year of service. I don't think you've ever done that before, send a ship to home port at Port Canaveral in the very first year of it being in service. And so I just wanted you to comment on Port Canaveral's role in your current and future plans. Thanks.
That's a great question, and I think that's correct. We've never put, certainly an Oasis class brand new ship into Port Canaveral, and but we've obviously had a relationship with Port Canaveral for many, many years, and I think the fact that we put Wonder of the Seas into Canaveral recognizes how we view the importance of Canaveral, and of course the importance of that regional drive-to market, which is incredibly important for us. If you look at Royal Caribbean's deployment in the United States, we pretty much deploy our ships all the way down from New York, across the eastern seaboard, through and around Florida, and of course, only a few weeks ago, we opened a brand new terminal in Galveston, Texas, which can also accommodate Oasis class, and in fact, Allure of the Seas, one of the sisters of Wonder of the Seas, is now homeported in Galveston, Texas. That terminal, which is really, a stunning terminal. I know it's not really a sexy topic, but it really is a great terminal. It's also completely net zero. It uses all of the energy for that terminal comes from solar panels, and which is the first globally in terms of energy management for a terminal. It's a big operation. If you think about an Oasis class ship turning around in a day, it's over 12,000 people coming and going. So it's quite a lot of energy that we're using out of solar energy. But Canaveral is very important for us, and I think our intention is to continue to put our best-in-class ships into Port Canaveral.
Okay, we've got a question right there in the middle.
Good morning, I'm Leslie Royal with Upscale Living Magazine, and I'm excited about viewing the suite neighborhood today. Upscale Living is an ultra luxury magazine, but I also write for several other publications. And so my question is, outside of the suite neighborhood, how will passengers feel like they're getting the most bang for their buck in their other accommodations? For example, the square footage. I noticed that I had a sofa in my room, which is really nice, probably a sofa bed. I haven't converted it yet. But tell me, outside of the suite neighborhood, what are the wonderful amenities that you offer all of your guests?
Well, the beautiful thing about Royal Caribbean and certainly Oasis class is that you just have to walk around the ship to see the totality and the depth, breadth of all of the experiences that are available to everyone who sails with Royal Caribbean. And we like to think of, I've used in the past vacation democracy. I'm not sure that's such a great terminology in today's world, but what we're very focused on is if you cruise with Royal Caribbean, you can enjoy all of the experiences that we've created through innovation and our energy that and everything we've learned over the decades about making our customers happy. So whether you're in the top suite, in the suite neighborhood on Royal Caribbean, or whether you may be in an inside stateroom, you can all enjoy pretty much exactly the same amenities and experiences, the same entertainment, etc., etc. The thing about the suite neighborhood is it is a neighborhood and it has a kind of, an upscale vibe, which clearly people find attractive. There's more allocation of space per person, there's private dining, there's a lot more exclusivity that comes with that experience, and obviously people seek that out and purchase it. What we have found with our accommodation categories, is we very much have a lot of multi-generational families that sail with Royal Caribbean. So you may have the grandparents who may be quite affluent, who want to have some exclusivity, and they'll book a suite in the suite neighborhood, and then their kids who now have kids will be in one of our other stateroom categories that could be, obviously an ocean view, a junior suite, a grand suite, etc. And then next door they'll have their kids. So, that's the beauty, I think, of what we have with Royal Caribbean. On this ship, I don't know exactly the number of different types of accommodation categories. I'm going to say it's going to be at least 30. And so we really do have rooms and spaces that are designed for all kinds of family configurations. And all of those rooms come with a kind of I would say a very high level quality of not only design, but the investment that we put into the furnishings when these ships are built. And I think there's an opportunity to look at our various stateroom categories. Hopefully you managed to do some of that yesterday. And I hope you would agree that the quality of our rooms, regardless of the category, is extremely high. Thank you. That was maybe a long answer. Oh, good. Okay. All right. Thank you.
We're going to hold for the second row. We're going to start here in the front.
Buenos días. Voy a preguntar en español. Estamos enterados que buenos días. Estamos enterados que están regresando a la TAM. Eso es muy importante. Y quería saber cuáles son las expectativas y con qué producto ustedes tienen pensado regresar.
Bueno, sí, estamos regresando a Latinoamérica ahora en noviembre de 2023 con el Rhapsody of the Seas, saliendo de Panamá y Cartagena, que en primer lugar para muchos mercados en América Latina va a ser un producto sin visa, que quiere decir para nuestra clientela que no tiene visa de Estados Unidos, o sabemos que también se están demorando visas para venir a Estados Unidos, tienen ahora una opción de experimentar Royal Caribbean saliendo de Panamá o Colombia, y la ruta es de 7 noches. Tenemos 2 opciones, uno que va a Aruba, Bonaire y Curazao, y otro que va a la costa oeste de Panamá y Costa Rica. Entonces es un nuevo producto para nosotros, y con eso la expectativa es crear todavía más. Somos en muchos de los países de América Latina la marca número 1 en términos de market share, pero queremos todavía crecer. Estamos creciendo, ya ven el Icon of the Seas que viene el próximo año, y con este producto, con Rhapsody, queremos crear todavía más bulla en América Latina.
Okay, we all want to know what just happened.
Ken, you're now an ice skater.
Yeah, okay.
No, they were asking about cruises out of Latin America, and I was talking about Rhapsody of the Seas sailing from Panama next November. So, kind of what that means to the market.
Great. Second one.
Hi, I'm Toby Saltzman. I'm Canadian. I'm writing for several different Canadian publications, including Meetings and Incentive Travel. And as I look around this fabulous amphitheater, I'm just wondering, do you anticipate a resurgence of the meeting sort of incentive conventions type of market to Royal Caribbean? This room with all the technology would just lend itself to those special events.
I think the answer is absolutely. And looking over at Vicky, who is our Senior Vice President of Sales, who can probably expand on that. But, you know, given the shutdown over the last 2 years, people want to get back to meetings. So Vicky, maybe you can talk a little bit more about
Yes,
that.
we have seen an increase in our meetings and corporate and incentives as well as our charter business. And it's interesting because you'd almost think the charter business would have been the last piece of business to come back, but we're finding a lot of new charters for our company as well as previous charters. And so people are definitely coming back, and I think it really had to do when we were able to lift the necessary or mandatory vaccine requirement. Because at that point now, the corporate meetings and incentive groups could come back freely and feel very confident that we can deliver a great product. And we do deliver a great product on board because we have so many different venues of different sizes, and the high tech, the entertainment, everything really kind of comes together for that market. And if you have a corporate meeting group or want to learn more about it, Fred Mueller is our Vice President of Corporate Meetings and Incentives and Charter.
Thank you.
Okay, right here in the middle again. Yeah, go ahead.
Yo tengo dos preguntas. Una es cuándo se abren las reservaciones para estas nuevas rutas LATAM. Y la otra es el Wonder el último crucero de la clase Oasis? ¿O vendrán más de Oasis después del Icon?
So, 2 questions. One was about, so lo voy a decir ahora te respondo. One was when is Rhapsody out of Panama open for sale? Ya está a la venta. Hay buenísimas promociones. Si pueden visitar la página web de royalcaribbean.com o nuestros representantes en cada país de Latinoamérica ya lo tienen a la venta. So we're already open for sale on Rhapsody. And the second question is Wonder the final Oasis class ship to be built now that Icon's coming? And the answer is no. We actually have Utopia of the Seas, which is the next Oasis class joining our fleet in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also 2024?
Yes, yeah. So it's going to be a big year.
Yeah.
Just raise your hand if you got it, okay.
Hola, soy Andrés Moreno de Portal Portuario de Chile, voy a contar en español. Quería preguntarte por qué la inversión en el Sweet Neighborhood y qué hace tan especial este paso.
So the question is, why did we build the Sweet Neighborhood and what makes it so special? So, I'll answer in Spanish. Vemos de nuestros huéspedes que quieren un producto, una experiencia todavía más lujoso, más zonas privadas o zonas específicas con el suite. Entonces el Suite Neighborhood contiene su propio restaurante donde servimos desayuno, almuerzo y cena, el Coastal Kitchen. También tiene su propio bar, el Suite Lounge, donde también sirve como café durante el día. Y el Suite Neighborhood tiene su propio lugar de solear, con piscina y con bar. Entonces es un lugar exclusivo que muchos clientes estaban pidiendo, además del cuarto del suite.
Hey, I'm Kyle Valenza from Cruise Critic. I'd love to actually hear a little bit more about the Sweet Neighborhoods as well, either on Wonder, what's going to happen with Icon of the Seas. We really appreciate Royal for family cruises, family vacations. You guys obviously have a ton of bells and whistles on board. Aside from the Ultimate Family Suite, what would you qualify the Sweet Neighborhood as for families who want to travel, who are in that demographic? And if there's any plans, we're getting information on Icon obviously regularly, but when Icon does come, what kind of, what ways are you accommodating families in there, or if you are not going to, outside of the Ultimate Family Suite, kind of push that demographic in that neighborhood?
So I'll talk a little bit about Icon of the Seas because that really is the continued evolution of the brand and how we focus on these different segments within our target market. So when you think about Icon, we put even more energy, creativity, and innovation behind the accommodation categories that we have available. So with Icon, particularly as it relates to younger families, which is families with kids 6 and under, they travel all year round because they're typically in pre-K, so the parents don't feel so much pressure to pull them out of pre-K to take them on a vacation that fits their timeline. And so young families travel all year round. And with Royal Caribbean, we have young families traveling with us on every single ship, every single week throughout the year. And in fact, it's about 6% of our total capacity is these young families. On Icon, we've created this, one of the neighborhoods is called Surfside. And Surfside is absolutely focused on young families. And so every single experience is designed to make the little kids happy. All of the water features, the little water slides, etc., they're appropriate for 6 and under. All of the food and beverage experiences, the fun, the games, the activity. There's even a dedicated cruise director for that space for the young children. There's a whole series of activities that are coming to that space. Every single stateroom designed around that Surfside neighborhood is a family-friendly accommodation. Whether it's a balcony room with dedicated space for the kids in terms of bunk beds, which are in a separate kind of space, or the family suites. So I think there on Icon you'll really see this coming through in terms of design features that are absolutely focused on family categories. Again, with Icon, when you look through all these different categories of rooms that we have, whether it's Surfside and younger families, across this whole range of ages and groups and how a family comes together, there's all kinds of different accommodations, whether it's 2 rooms coming together, one a suite, one with a double room with a balcony, the ability to open up those rooms and come together. So a lot of what we're doing with Icon is everything that we've learned as we've come through the years in terms of our family market. For the suite neighborhood on Wonder of the Seas, that's more of a classical suite neighborhood. Yes, of course you can bring your kids and you can have the kids in your suite, and the suites, many of the suites have multiple rooms, so it's a perfect place. Of course we have the ultimate family suite. And then all of the features and benefits and amenities that are available to suite customers are available to the kids, obviously if they're traveling in that category of accommodation. But I think you'll find that Icon really is the kind of the manifestation of everything that we've learned. And I can tell you that when we first opened Icon for sale about 6-7 weeks ago, we were stunned with the response, and we were amazed by the response as it relates to these rooms that I'm talking about. It was fantastic, and we really feel like we've kind of, it's early days, we're going to learn a lot, but we really feel like we've got it right with Icon.